Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. Let's see, it's Monday, about 3 o'clock, the 25th, 42 degrees. That's probably about the temperature. I don't know if anybody cares, but my batteries are all nice and charged. Today, the sun's been in and out. And my Fighting Irish clock. So, today didn't quite start off like I like my days to start off. I showed you guys pictures a couple of days ago of my Ford, the F150, had a flat tire. So I pulled the tire off and I went over to a local tire place and had them look at the tire, and he spent a little time with it, and basically it had a hole in the sidewall, and he indicated that the tire was kind of dry rotted. So it's like crap. So the tire's dead. So he gave it back to me, and he didn't charge me anything. I gave the guy a tip for spending the time with the tire. Probably felt bad for me because these tires are not cheap at all. So there it is back there. So my next trip, I know a guy from the flea markets who I get a lot of deals with, and he's got a wrecking yard. So I jump in the Ranger here, and I run off to his wrecking yard, and I ask, you have any F150 tires? I was really hoping to get a set of snow tires already on rims, all set up. And to be honest with you, here's the numbers I have in mind. The last set of tires I bought on rims were $40. Tires came right on rims, and they were for a Voyager. Voyager, an old Voyager. And they were $40 for a pair of good tires on rims. So all I had to do was bolt them up, right? Homie likes that. So in my mind, I'm thinking, got a connection, guy'll take care of me, I'll give him $100 for a set of tires on rims. So I go through and has me look around, told me he didn't think there were any, and sure enough, he was right, there weren't any tires on rims that had decent tires and decent rims. Nothing that I wanted to put on my truck, because occasionally I do put some weight in there. So he goes, here, take a look at that pile. These are singles. You can buy a single tire. So I pick out a Goodyear tire. Nothing great. It's probably got, 10, 15,000. It's probably a 40,000 mile tire. So it's got a little more than half its life left. So he goes, do you want that mounted, balanced, all that? I said, sure. Why not, right? The guy's taking care of me. He says, okay. And he tells the woman to write me up. And I go, oh, well, I figured I'd just be handing him cash, but woman's going to write me up. I tell her, I don't need a receipt. We're all good. I'm an old buddy. What do I owe you? She goes, oh, if it's cash and no receipt, don't worry about the tax. I'm like, cool. That works. She goes, $64. $64 for a used tire? Boy, I almost soiled myself. Am I this far out of reality? I mean, it's a 16-inch tire, 225, 70 by 16, typical Ford F150 tire. Couldn't believe it, $64. So I had the pickup truck out. I looked down at the odometer, given the gas gauge doesn't work, and I put 150 miles on it, most of it chasing this stupid tire around. So go and I put gas in it, $25 worth of gas. Swallowed hard, stopped at the supermarket for some bread, a little ground meat. That was another $25. man, I'm like, I feel like I'm punch drunk here, you know? I theoretically make a halfway decent living. I mean, my wife teaches piano. I have some investments, but you know, the bills are beginning to concern me. I mean, yeah, I throw some money around with my toys and my junk, but you know, I also some of this stuff. I mean, a lot of it I don't sell, but some of it's traded for things of much higher value. I mean, you know, I do all my own work on the house, all the siding, windows. I did all that myself. When the well pump went, I did that. You know, I get by cheaper than everyone else gets by. So, quite honestly, I'm kind of shaking my head. How do folks pay their bills? I mean, let's say you're some poor individual out there. Oh, and I'm not slamming anybody, right? I like everybody that works. If you work, I like you. But you're some poor guy or gal or perhaps a couple, and the two of you are working, you know, making that $10 an hour. You know, so together you're making $20 an hour. $20 an hour gives you $800 a week, $40,000 a year. I got to tell you, in this area, on $40,000 a year, you would have a problem. You would have a problem. I mean, my property taxes alone are $10,000. The insurance and car insurance bill for this place is another $5,000. I mean, I don't know. This week I'm hurting, I guess. I'm complaining about money. I got a couple of things. Well, I bought those 2 or 3 three-wheelers, and they kind of ran me into a little bit of a poor spot. And then another $100 for this truck put me a little further poor. So I'm kind of on the wrong end of the stick. I'm roaming around here. I'm beginning to think that I might have to do a scrap run or something. There are a few things off in the back that should disappear. Well, I've already got a few minutes on this video. You know what? I think I'm going to end this video. I'll call this my truck rant, my F150 tire rant video, and then we'll put together a second one. Anyway, folks, live, love, and have a great time. Remember, keep your handlebars off the ground, but it's a good thing to keep your tires on the pavement. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde.